professor, physician, epidemiologist. I am Dr. Sri Banerjee. Hello, I'm Dr. Sri Banerjee, core faculty for the College of Health Sciences and Public Policy at Walden University. And in this segment, I'm going to be going over what you'll be focusing on this week. One of the things, statistical measures that you will be looking at is the alpha. And there's actually alpha and beta. Alpha represents the rejection of a true null hypothesis. So when you set alpha to 0.05, then you can tell that there's a 5% chance of rejecting the true null hypothesis. So that's alpha. And then beta is actually the acceptance of a false null hypothesis. So these are what alpha and beta are. Now, if you want to determine power, then you have to subtract beta from 1. So 1 minus beta is equal to the power of the study. And this is where you can understand what type of effect size is needed to understand the implications of the study. You'll be going over the understanding power later on in the course. In this week, you'll be looking at quite a few concepts. P-value is the next concept that you'll be looking at. Typically, it's the same level that alpha is set at. So if you have a p-value of 0.05, that's set at alpha. A mnemonic that I oftentimes see on the internet is when p is low, null must go. Again, when p is low, null must go. So this is a good way. Now you'll be going into a bit more detail than what I was giving about really understanding what the p-value represents. So those are the three major concepts that you'll be focusing on. All of these you can find through Dr. Jones's lecture, some of the skill builders, which many of you are going through, and doing some of the readings. I hope this has given you some insight. What I also want to do now is kind of show you what some of these things mean. So first I went over, I'm going to say this is beta. This is alpha. So what is alpha? Alpha is equal to the p-value, and it is also equal to rejection of a true null hypothesis. Rejection of a true null hypothesis. And then beta represents the acceptance of a false null hypothesis. So these are the two concepts, and then I wanted you to understand what the p-value is, the definition of a p-value. And as I was saying, there's not too many ways to put this. A lot of times you want to make sure you paraphrase. However, there's places where you don't necessarily need to paraphrase in a way that is drastically different. So these are the three concepts you're going to be going over. Additionally, you have other concepts. If you have any questions, You know where to reach me. Thank you for listening.